So Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and the Republicans passed their budget today. I want to go over what's going on with that, the smokescreen they're playing, and essentially the corruption that they're up to. Let's just jump right in. So first, we got the name of the person who's supposedly head of DOGE. This is a DOGE administrator. Honestly, the name doesn't matter. We know that Musk is the most important person over there. Who doesn't know that? Effectively, what they're trying to do is shield Musk from any kind of lawsuits or any kind of accountability. They're naming this person Amy Gleason, but it's kind of no significance, to be perfectly frank. We know Musk is ahead of it. They're just trying to name someone else. So if Amy ends up being the fall person for all of DOGE and named in all lawsuits, we'll see. I don't know if Amy signed on to this. I don't know. They reached out to her for comment, nothing, but I'll just tell you that. They named the DOGE administrator, and they're saying it's not Elon Musk, so don't sue Elon. But I'll tell you what's going on, guys. They just passed their budget. We're getting more and more reports of what DOGE is up to. It turns out they're canceling a lot of contracts that have been either paid out, or they're canceling contracts to where the money is actually legally obligated by the government to pay. They ran the headline here. This was PBS, said nearly 40% of contracts canceled by DOGE are expected to produce no savings. Again, this is all smoke and mirrors. Elon Musk is complaining about democracy, complaining about the courts again. You can see this. If any judge anywhere can block every presidential order everywhere, we do not have a democracy. We have a tyranny of the judiciary. So he's complaining about the court system, which is kind of ridiculous, and calling that, hey, if courts can, do their job, then therefore we don't have democracy, as if that makes any sense. They're trying to pull off this great heist, which I'll show you guys in a moment here. And their smokescreen today, and this is kind of ridiculous, is like, hey guys, we have like this sex scandal with our intelligence agencies and they're using chat rooms. That's literally what the headline is Fox News is running. It's just stupid. Because what really is going on while they're trying to get you to talk about, chat rooms and sex chats or whatever, is they passed a budget, and effectively it's cutting education, Medicare, VA benefits, things that regular Americans need, in favor of tax cuts. They're not even really worried about balancing the budget. They're just like, you know what, let's just go deficit spending even more. Let's just make sure we get those tax cuts and tax breaks for our rich buddies. That's what it boils down to. And you can see here, this is Bloomberg, and this is actually pretty conservative news. So I tend to stick to the financial stuff, being Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, Financial Times, these kind of things. Let's talk about numbers. And here's what it says. I mean, tax cuts chances rise, right? That's what the rich people want. The billionaires, tax cuts chances rise as House passes budget targeting safety net, right? So again, cuts to education, cuts to Obamacare, cuts to Medicaid, that kind of stuff. On top of that, if you want to go through the details of every single one, it's a lot. So like, for example, at the VA, the DOGE is targeting 875 contracts. It's going to target a lot of things that veterans need. That's what it boils down to. And I want to show you guys what's really going on. Again, if you watch a lot of other channels, be it TV, YouTube, or otherwise, they're going to focus on the sex chats, or they're going to focus on Musk's stupid kids or whatever they're up to like that. And what's really going on, though, this is a heist, right? It's to take your tax dollars for their pet projects and hide it with smoke and mirrors. So, for example, this is coming from the Wall Street Journal today. It's what I suspected, but Wall Street Journal actually put out some pretty good numbers here. So what I mean by that, it says here, read the headline. The AI data center boom is a job creation bust. And what it ends up being is that Trump can come out and march on stage and say, hey guys, we're going to make 100,000 jobs and you're all going to be awesome. And trust us, it's going to be AI, it's going to be crypto. And Elon Musk will be like, oh yeah, we're going to build robots and cybercabs. So here's the thing. There are jobs in the beginning, and that's in the construction part. But then to actually run said data centers with AI, you don't need that many people. It's actually quite interesting. So, and this is how the smokescreen is played, right? So for example, this says in Texas, some 1,500 people, and this is Abilene, if you guys know where this is, Abilene, Texas. Some 1,500 people are building the first data center for the Stargate artificial intelligence venture by OpenAI. So 1,500 people jobs, right? 1,500 jobs there for the construction of the thing. But then it says, once it's completed, a lot fewer people will work there. The facility will only have about 100 full-time employees, right? 1,500 people to build this thing. Then you got 100 full-time employees. And that's what it ends up being, is it being smoke and mirrors. And I told you guys this stuff before. I questioned it when I saw this headline. I was thinking, I bet you this is nonsense. This was just yesterday. We talked about it. Apple announced plans to create 20,000 US jobs in pitch to Donald Trump. And I remember when I saw that, I'm just like, really? Not that, not that I'm against job creation, but I was just like, really, Apple, are you really going to make that many jobs? And it kind of makes sense, right? So they are, in the sense of maybe they're going to build a new facility. Maybe there'll be, jobs to build this thing, but then after actually running your AI thing, or maybe, they'll build parts of the iPhone in the USA for a bit in Texas. But 20,000 jobs, I was like, maybe not. And this is, again, all smoke and mirrors. Effectively, what it is if you can get these government contracts in place, and then Musk, because he's a real estate guy, he'll make all this money off real estate developing or whatever. His buddies will get that money. I told you guys about this Stargate stuff. It's all smoke and mirrors. Yes, I get it, guys. If you watch YouTube, they'll say how awesome AI is, and we're going to make all this money. The thing is, these kind of companies, these AI things, they have to invest a bunch in, servers and chips. And so obviously the chip company wants to sell you all these graphic chips, etc. And the AI companies want to fundraise and to tell you how we're all going to be awesome. And that's why the market tanked that one day when DeepSeek came out. That was the Chinese AI company. They came in much, much cheaper. You don't need the crazy expensive chips that they say they are. And it was like ludicrously cheaper than the Americans. I don't know. It was like 90% cheaper or something like that. It was like really a lot cheaper. And it basically punched a hole in this massive AI data boom that Musk's and Trump's are promised you, crypto jobs, etc. And guys, if you haven't seen this movie, please do. It's called The Apprentice, and this is about Trump's early years, but it sort of captures where we are today. If you've seen this game before, you'll see it again. That's who he is. And so I mention this all the time. Not that many channels talk about it, be it TV, YouTube, or otherwise, but it's the most important story out there is their sovereign wealth fund. So again, they're going to figure out ways, be it tax cuts for their buddies, right? So they can do their AI crypto scams and whatever real estate hotels and golf courses they want to build. They're going to have this sovereign wealth fund. They're going to tariff, right? So basically put taxes on you, regular people, pay for their projects, right? So Musk wants to go to Mars and do whatever stupid crap that he wants to do. And he'll convince you how awesome that is and how somehow Mars is going to benefit you. This is what Trump is tweeting out today on his platform. This was a video. It was this crazy song of like Trump Gaza #1. It was like a techno music. It's like 30 seconds. I'll just show you the images of it. It shows like, a kid in Gaza holding up a Trump golden head. This is an actual video that Trump had on there. It had AI, Elon Musk eating bread of some sort. This is supposed to be Gaza after Trump turns it into a resort. That's essentially what this is. And literally, they show you who they are. They show you what they're up to. They show you who they are. They show you how you essentially kick out people they don't like, bring in people that they like, and figure out ways to make money off of your tax dollars, right? So who do you think is going to pay for this? It's going to be you, of course. We're going to pay for Trump Gaza hotel. And that's the projection of what it's going to look like, right? I mean, isn't it obvious what's going on here? This is actually Trump actually tweeted this crap out. There's Musk, dancing, money falling from the sky. This is the Trump Gaza. I guess it's going to be the hotel, casino, whatever. And remember, Trump had 6 bankruptcies before with his casino. So why would I think this turns out any different? I don't know if he had a golden statue of himself at his prior casinos. And guys, I know, like you look at this stuff. Yes, it's laughable. Yes, it's stupid. I get that. I mean, I totally get that. But you have to understand, like, again, all this stuff is built on, in the USA, convincing a bunch of, and I'm going to be a little bit mean here, but what's our word to say it? We'll say lemons, easily duped people, people who are desperate, right? Trump scammed a bunch of people to say, hey, I'm going to, get you all jobs and you're all going to be fantastic. But it's just all for him. So he can build his hotel. There's Netanyahu. Trump's actually tweeting this stuff out. Him and Netanyahu sitting at the pool in Gaza. I mean, it's pretty sickening, to be perfectly frank. And this is another Gaza thing. And this is actually what Trump tweeted out just 24 minutes ago. The same thing's going to happen in Ukraine. So they cut a deal with Ukraine. The basic gist of it is USA is trying to figure out how to get those rare minerals. Much of the rare minerals there, actually, it's in Russia-occupied territory. So that's probably what they're negotiating is like, okay, who's going to develop, these new mining facilities and, who's going to get what. And that's because Trump was bragging about, oh, yeah, we got to deal with Russia to make some money. Let's get that business going again. Already Russia's like, yeah, we're open for business. Get those U.S. companies. And it's all about taking the land and constructing it the same way it's happening in Gaza. It's happening in Ukraine. Ukraine evidently agreed to whatever deal. We don't know what the exact numbers are. The early numbers put out there was like Trump wanted to get 500 billion from this thing. We'll see what it ends up being. And it's all to make Trump and his buddies rich. I just want to make it really clear. This is what's going on, right? They're again, tax cuts for the rich, cut your Medicaid, cut your education, cut your health care. Who cares about you? Cut your VA. Why do we care about veterans, right? Trump doesn't care about the military. Why would he? That's what they're going for. And now it's like, hey, we're going to do some money laundering. So after we do all these crazy constructions in Gaza, Ukraine, or whatever, then you can buy residency in USA and you can money launder over here. So please do. That's what they're up to. And then they're going to make a list of poor immigrants, basically, poor migrants. If you don't sign your name on the list, they can put you in prison for 6 months, fine you $5,000, do whatever they want. And you're basically have a pay-to-play system. It's so obvious what's happening. And I just put it in this way, guys, and I'm really serious with you. If you watch Fox News or whatever stupid channels, they just want you to focus on whatever sex scandal or whatever stupid thing. This is all smokescreen for what's really going on. Is again, it's just a big, heist by them. There are people resisting in various ways. I guess there was some sort of glitch on the iPhone. I tried to copy the glitch. I couldn't get it to work, but for a moment, I guess you could say, racist on the phone, and it would change the word racist to Trump. But yeah, it's a minor thing. You had this at one of the government buildings. Was this the HUD? Was it the Housing Development or Housing and Urban Development Department, where someone put Trump kissing Musk's feet on the TV? But it's a minor thing, and I understand it's funny to talk about, haha. But I want you to understand that the real corruption going on, right? It's going to be Musk selling you a bunch of nonsense that you're going to go to Mars, and they'll figure out ways to pocket the dollars for them. And they'll pretend like Musk, being net worth billionaires, that he doesn't care about money. If that makes any sense. Does it make any sense that if I accumulate all of this wealth that I don't care about money? Does that make any sense? And all that it's going to be, it's just lie after lie after lie after lie to pump up their wealth as much as they can and to save themselves. Because, at the end of the day, Musk's companies are failing. Tesla's really, really struggling. Like competitors make better tech. Competitors have new stuff. Musk doesn't have anything. His employees are all leaving him, right? So that's why he rotated over to doing politics, do something else to try to save himself with your tax dollars. And then on top of that, Musk and Trump hate news. They hate reporters. They hate any kind of truth because it exposes them. And so now they're banning the Associated Press from White House events. And I just wanted to put this stuff out here, guys, because I think it's important to talk about these things. And I understand if you're a Trump or Musk fan, they say, oh, but Chris, what about those trans athletes in sports? I'm so concerned about that. And I'm just like, really? Are you really that stupid? Are you really that stupid? Because in my opinion, and I'm just giving it the truth, I think it's more important that your kids have an education. I think it's more important that your grandma has Medicaid. I think it's more important that you have affordable health care. But hey, if you feel like trans people in sports is the most important issue to your world, if that's the most important issue to you, that's why you're failing in life. And I hate to be mean about it, but I'm telling you the truth. Education, healthcare, right? Things that matter to protect your family, having food that's healthy, these kind of things. I'm not saying crazy. All the Trumps care about, like, they're not even keeping up their promise of they said I want to deport everybody, right? All they're doing is focusing on tax cuts for rich people so they can build their stupid hotels, take the land from poor people, right? That's what they want. And Musk is like, oh, I'm going to build a bunch of robots to replace all of you. I'm going to replace all of you with AI, right? I don't need you. So they're not looking out for you at all. And I've seen a lot of things, guys, but I haven't seen it as egregious as what we're seeing here. And again, that's who they are. So I'm sorry the news is downer today, but I just want to tell you the truth in this stuff. And it's just, that's what it is. So thank you for your time, everyone. And I hope you understand the importance of stuff, and catch you in the next video.